Hey everybody, welcome back to the newest episode of the What's Good podcast. And do I have a guest for you today? Guys, trust me, he's not over exaggerating. Today's guest is one you wish to meet. Yes, Balji, it really is. For everybody at home, this man has revolutionized music since the 1970s, and this genre is now the most popular in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you the creator of rap, DJ Kool Herc. Yo, what's going on, everybody? And great to be here and ready to get these going. Man, it's really good to see you. By the way, I'm a big fan. Thanks, man. So before we get started, I just had a few questions, if that's all right. Yep, no problem. So my first question, Mr. Kool Herc, what's the main message of your songs? That is a great question, Jack, my boy, and I tell ya, if you go back to one of my earlier tracks named Let Me Clear My Throats, then you will remember a verse I said I'll do it again for ya. Wow, free concert, very, very good. Now you love us and we'll love ya. Represent yourself if you're having a ball. Man, there's some fire stuff. Puerto Rico, black people, white people, all people. Puerto Rico, sheesh. Black people, yeah. White people, yeah. All people. Jack, you should add this here to the playlist. Already on it, Baljeet. So, did you care to explain what your message is trying to portray? Yes, I forgot about that, but the message that I'm trying to get out there is we are all one people. We should respect each other and live together in a world without prejudice or discrimination. Man, so very touching. Hey, can we get Baljeet some tissues, please? No, I'm fine. Alright, well, if you're fine, then Jack, if you want to ask any other questions you had. Yeah, so my second question is what was life like in Jamaica in a music perspective? Great question, Jack, my boy. Back home it was lovely. You can smell the fresh ackee and the codfish was walking down the road. But the music was mostly reggae at the time. I was more into the rap game than anything else. But I made sure to interpret some Jamaican into my music back then. That's great. You can really hear the Jamaican music you had produced early on. So, moving right on with the third question. What is your favorite artist right now and why? My favorite has to be Chris Breezy Brown. He's just a lyrical genius. Who knows how to he knows how to catch his audience no matter what he does. Well, I like Chris Breezy Brown as well. I think it's hard to dislike him, Jack. He's done a lot of inspirational actions throughout his career. That's right. So I know, Balji, you had a lot of questions before we started this today. Yes, I came prepared. So, Mr. Kool Herc, my first question, what inspired you to start? Well, I was mostly inspired by the music back in Jamaica, which is mostly reggae, but also genres like soul music, rock, funk, dance hall. But I always had my father. I love my father's sound system as a teen. I felt very happy every time I would play with. So I would start and say my father is most influential. Yes, very good. My father was very inspirational to me too. Yep, my father is very inspirational to me as well. Well, now that we've discussed fathers are important to us, I got a question before you ask yours, Balji. I hope that's alright. Yes, very well. So, my question is, what inspired you to continue? Well, you see, there used to be a block party back home every day, and everyone would enjoy the music, the food, but most importantly, the smile on the kids' faces. This is what led me to continue. As soon as I got to Harlem, I had a block community almost every week just to make it sure that everyone was doing well, especially the children. Again, very touching, my friend. Man, that's great reason. I got a few children of mine. Let me tell them, I love to see the smile in their faces. What the heck are you talking about? You're 15. Oh, yeah. Moving on, one more question before Balji can take over again. This is a big one. It's better be. So, what do you think of rap today versus back then? Oh, very good one. Good question. I feel it's come a long way. We're closing in on the 49th anniversary of hip hop, and this year I can say it's going good, but it can become better. But the people it's brought have truly revolutionized not just the rap but the world. I know the rap can has definitely improved since my time. And the amount of people though wanting to get into it today puts a smile on my face, eh? Yeah, but I totally see how the rap game has improved since your prime. So I'm going to keep the questions rolling. My question is, what is your opinion on today's biggest rap stars and what they represent? Sort of what, like I said earlier, my favorite right now is Chris Breezy Brown. And he's a very big, but besides him, these other big names like Snoop Dogg or Drake or Kanye West. They're all using their big name to promote kindness and promote others. That's what it's all about. Spoken like a true artist. Very true, very true. I see what you're talking about and how the artists of today like to promote different life crises. So on to my next question. What is your favorite genre other than rap? Oh man, it's got to be reggae. I had grown up on it my whole life. It hits me on a personal level, yeah? I get it. Once you adopt something as a child, it's hard to get rid of. I get that. And so now I really got a question that just came to me. What led you to America? I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't contain myself. Just very curious, you hear? Funny story. Back in the day, I was bullied a lot by children. But the people called the 5%ers, my heroes. They have rescued me and helped Americanize me and teach me to live life in New York. And they helped me. I'm just so grateful to meet them in my life. Remarkable. Hands off to those percenters. So, to keep this going, who do you think represents your greatness the best? I know this is a big question. Yeah, take your time. Man, it's a tough question. But it's got to be Mr. Green. I did a song and album with him a few years back, and let me tell you, he's doing great. He shows the same style and dedication to the culture as I. The best part is he represents the Bronx, and that's New York, and that is my hometown, in America. So I cannot forget that place that gave me everything. Wow, that is inspirational. I can see how you're connected to him on an emotional level, and that makes a great friendship. I consider him more than family and a friend. I feel that. Wow, well, it seems you can really see yourself in him. I'm going to keep the questions going with my own. So, Mr. Kool Herc, what had inspired your name? Long story. Back in the day, because of my size and build, I was always bigger than everyone. So back in school, the name was Alfred E. High School, I believe. People would always call me Hercules because of my size. So when I came here, I decided to keep the Herc from Hercules and add the cool in front of it, thus making Kool Herc. I never would imagine you got your name from Hercules. Believe it. Well, since we have established that, let me just move on with the next question. Which did you ever have any doubts in your career? Of course, I moved here when I was 12, and the environment was totally different than it was in Jamaica. I never knew if I could make it big for multiple reasons, but back then, a man of color was a disadvantage. But that doubt has pushed me to be better, I can see that. Being a man of color then meant not only you were hated before even walking a step, but you had to work harder than everyone else. So I can see why you're so great. I can see how it's pushed you so far. And, it's really inspirational. Exactly. So I have another question, going off a question earlier. Where do you think rap will be in the future? I believe rap will become a steady incline. I believe that will become a subject of inspiration, not what people make it out to be. Yep, Jack. Back in the day, people used to make it out to be some type of music that causes and only brings violence, but that's not it at all. What do you mean back in the day? You're 15, Jack. Oh yeah. Alright, so swiftly moving on. What type of symbol do you want to be for the people? What do you want to portray yourself as? Good question. I want to be someone who people look as an example of inspiration. Someone when they see, they know how he worked hard, and that they should work equally hard. I believe that people already do it, so it seems like you're on the right track. So for time purposes, this will be probably the last question. The question is, when you die, what do you want people to remember you as? Yeah, that's a big question. I want people to remember a man who is someone you want as a role model. I want people to remember me as a man who has created opportunities for millions. A man you see as a great person who has left a footstep, a footprint before he left. Well, that is inspirational, let me tell you. That really is. And this concludes our segment today's What's Good podcast. Make sure you turn on those notifications. And if you want, hit the like button, share with a friend. And Baljeet, we will see you next time. Good day to you all.